Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I know right now you're feeling very happy and relieved because you finally got your Cognizant offer letter. After months of preparation, interviews, waiting period, this moment seriously feels like a success. But here is the reality that no one will tell you. So today's video is very important for all students who got their Cognizant offer letter and are waiting for onboarding. So many candidates have received the date of joining like 31st of Jan, 5th of Feb, 17th of Feb 2026 as you can see on the screens as well, and the locations like Chennai or Pune. So in this video, I am not just going to explain the process. I'm going to tell you how to clear your training in one go. So I will explain what really happens after you accept your offer letter, how actually the onboarding will work behind the scene, how Cognizant training is conducted, what kind of exams you will face while appearing for the training, how to clear the ICT exam and the SME interview in your first attempt only, and finally we will discuss how you move towards the project allocation. And at the end I will also tell you how your performance during the training matters the most. Your continuation in the company depends on your discipline, your learning attitude, your exam performance, and your seriousness in the training. And if you take the training lightly, your journey can slow down. And in extreme cases, even your offer letter can be at risk. So make sure you watch the video till the end because one right mindset can decide your entire future. First of all, the Cognizant will send you an onboarding mail with tentative date of joining as you can see on the screen as well. This date of joining is not final and is completely dependent on your background verification and completion of all the pre-joining formalities. So this mail is extremely important because it clearly tells you that you should complete all the pre-joining tasks on the onboarding portal that we have. You must upload every required document correctly and within the deadline. Your BGV, or we can say background verification, must be successfully completed. Only after this, your date of joining becomes confirmed. So the onboarding mail is not just an information mail, it's a final call to action that decides when you will join, whether your joining will be smooth, how fast your career at Cognizant actually begins. So let me explain all the important steps you must complete to finally get onboarded. First step is offer acceptance and date of joining acceptance in the portal. Second step is background verification, also called as BGV. The third step is completion of pre-joining forms in the same portal. And if everything is done as expected, then the onboarding pass will be generated 2 or 3 days before your date of joining. If the onboarding pass is not generated, you are not allowed to go inside the campus. So please make sure that onboarding pass is generated before the date of joining, and you must go to the location mentioned in your mail with the documents that is already specified in the mail. Now let's talk about the most important part, what actually happens after you join Cognizant. So once your joining is completed, your training phase will begin. And yes, this training is for everyone, but your training domain is not random. It depends on multiple factors like your skills mentioned in your resume, your academic background, your performance in the assessment or the interviews, and most importantly, the current business requirement. So different candidates may get different domain such as Java, Python, testing, support, cloud, or other emerging technologies. So don't compare your domain with others because each domain has its own growth and opportunities. For easy understanding, I will take Java as an example, but remember the training structure is almost similar for all the domains, only the technology will change. So whether it's Java, Python, testing or cloud, the process remains the same. Learn, practice, get evaluated, and move towards the project allocation. Once your training starts, it usually lasts anywhere between 6 to 12 weeks depending on your domain and the business requirement. This training is not just about listening to the class. It's a complete learning process that includes technical sessions where you learn core concepts of your own domain, hands-on practice to apply whatever you have learned, then the regular assignments in order to test your understanding. So internal exams and the integrated capability test ICT on modules provided as a part of your training. This is very important. Without clearing this, you are not eligible for the SME interviews. We will discuss later on what is exactly this SME interview is. So you need to complete one mini project based on your domain, and don't worry, you won't be alone over here. You will be properly guided by step by the trainers and the mentors. And finally, a final interview with an SME. This is like your final checkpoint before moving towards the project allocation. So your training is a mix of learning, practice, you will be tested, build project, then face-to-face interview. That's why take your training seriously, because your performance here decides your future projects and the growth in the company. So here is the most important part. You have to solve the hands-on problem, and this hands-on will be evaluated within a second on the platform that Cognizant already have. And your performance in this hands-on task is tracked automatically. Based on this evaluation only, you become eligible for the ICT or Integrated Capability Test. So first hands-on, then the instant evaluation, then the eligibility for the ICT. That's why your hands-on practice is not just a practice, it directly decides whether you move to the next level or not. Every week you will be given assignments based on whatever you have learned in the training. For example, if your track is Java, so your assignments may cover the topics like variables, OOPS concept, collection framework, SQL basics, basic web concept, Spring framework related questions. And if you are from another domain, the subject will change, but the pattern will remain the same. So first you need to solve the hands-on, then you need to solve the assignment, then you need to appear for the ICT exam, then you need to clear that ICT exam and become eligible for the mini projects, then you need to complete the mini project, and after that SME interviews will be there. And once you clear that SME interview, then only you will be allotted with the project. These weekly assignments are designed to strengthen your core concept, improve your coding and practical skills, prepare you for the hands-on evaluation and the ICT exam. So don't treat them as a normal homework. Each assignment is a step closer to becoming project ready. Now let's talk about the ICT exam. First, understand this, your training is divided into multiple modules, and these modules depend on your domain. ICT exam is not always conducted after every single module. Sometimes one ICT exam can be a combination of multiple modules, and it's not just about theory. It's about how well you can actually implement whatever you have learned. So to clear this ICT exam, you must score around 60 or above. So think of this ICT exam as a checkpoint. Each one proves that you are ready to move to the next level of training. Before we jump to the next section that we have, just to motivate you all, let me share something personal. I did my internship in 2022 and my background was mechanical engineering. Yes, I was not from IT, I was not from computer science. Still, I cleared the training, ICT, mini project, SME interviews all in one go. Your branch doesn't decide your future, your mindset does. If a mechanical engineer like me can do it, then anyone can do it. It's not about where you come from, it's about how seriously you take your training. So stop thinking I am from non-IT, I can't do this, and start thinking that I will learn, I will practice, and I will clear it. In the middle of your training, you will be given a mini project. This is where your real learning will begin. For example, in case of Java, your mini project can be related to Java plus database integration or any API based web application. In other domains, you will get the project that are directly related to your technology. And this mini project is very important because it will show that how you can map your theoretical knowledge and how well you can apply your knowledge over here. Along with this, it will test your problem solving skills. It will prepare you for real-time project work. And don't worry, you won't be left alone over here. The trainers and the mentors will guide you step by step. So think of this mini project as your first real corporate assignment. Then comes the most important stage that we have, SME interview. So SME means subject matter expert. This is your final and most critical evaluation in training. And this is where they decide whether you're truly ready for real project work. And in this interview, they will check your basic concept, your understanding about the technology, your mini project, how you build that, your problem solving approach, your confidence while explaining the terms, while explaining the technology. So remember that don't panic over here. Whatever questions that SME interviewer will ask you, that will be completely related to the domain that you have been allotted with. So it's not about the perfection, it's about the clarity, it's about the logic and the honesty as well. And if you clear this SME interview, you are marked as project ready and you move to the next phase of your corporate journey. And in some cases, if you don't clear that, so don't panic. You will have one more chance to improve yourself and then reapply for this SME interview. So think of this SME interview as your final gate between the training and the real industry exposure. Once you clear the SME interview, the next big step is project allocation. Now you are no longer a trainee, you become a part of real working team. And at this stage, you can get a project, a defined role, and sometimes even a new location. So your location can be in the cities like Chennai, Pune, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Bangalore, and many more. And one more important thing to remember, wherever you will do your training doesn't guarantee that your project location will be same. So you may be trained in one city, but your project can be completely in different city as well. And this completely depends on the business requirement, the project demand, and your performance. So project allocation is not just about placement. It is the official start of your professional career. And one more very important truth that you should know, clearing the SME interview doesn't mean that your project allocation will start immediately. Yes, you become eligible for the project after the SME, but the project allocation will depend on the business requirements only. So sometimes you may get a project immediately, or you may have to wait for some times, or you may be kept on bench for short period as well. So remember, SME clearance is equals to eligibility for project, not a guarantee of instant project allocation. So you are ready, but the project comes when the business needs you. And that's why it's called project allocation, not project confirmation. And this is very normal in IT companies. It doesn't mean that you failed. It just means that the right project is been matched to your skills. So don't panic if your project doesn't start the next day after your SME interview. Your turn will definitely going to come when the requirement will arrive. Once you're allocated to a project, your probation period will begin. This is the phase where companies will observe your performance, your discipline, your learning attitude, and your professionalism in real working environment. And usually for Cognizant, the probation period is around 6 or 12 months. You are not just working, you are actually proving yourself that you truly deserve this role. And after successfully completing the probation, you become a confirmed employee. Your position in the company gets officially permanent. Your corporate journey becomes stable and secure. So think of probation like this: a training made you project ready. The projects test your real potential, and probation confirms your future in the organization. Here are some golden tips that you should remember. Take your training seriously. This is your foundation. Do the practice on the daily basis. Consistency beats the talent, and never ever skip the assignments. They prepare you for the ICT and the SME. And always do the revision before the examination. A small revision will make a large difference. And be confident during the SME interviews. So whenever you're giving the answer, make sure that you are presenting yourself in a professional way, confident way, because confidence shows your readiness to work on the live project. And never ever afraid of asking the doubt to the mentor or anyone. So ask your doubt freely. None of the doubt is silly in the training. Everyone is there for the learning purpose only. And most importantly, stay positive. Your mindset will decide your success. Cognizant training is definitely challenging, but it is also very supportive if you are willing to learn. So this is your complete journey from Cognizant offer letter to the onboarding, then training, ICT exam, mini project, SME interview, and then finally the project allocation. This is not just a process. This is your transformation from a student to a professional. So if you want a proper training plan, SME interview questions, practice sheets, just comment below. I will share everything with you. And all the best for your onboarding and training journey. Stay focused, stay confident, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.